Yes.
I mean, I'm
It's one of
tired.
those good beatings.
It
You know what
is.
I mean?
Good beating.
I mean,
it
it's.
feels
I
so
say
good
it's
to be bad.
Say it's a.
It feels so good to be bad. Yeah. It has been a long couple weeks, you know?
Yeah.
We have been hunting really, really hard, and we have been chasing a couple particular deer, but I think that's one of the... I've kind of enjoyed it, though, you know?
Oh yeah.
And I know it's kind of referred to as a grind, especially December. You know, it's December 10th now, and we just spent the better part of 24 hours chasing deer. Like, I mean, not through the night, but we both hunted Saturday all day and then Sunday all day. And it's just, I'm tired. I'm ready for turkey season. I say that, but
I'm not ready for
I'm not
it
ready
to
for it
end.
to be over yet either.
We've got less than a month.
It's just amazing how fast it goes, though, right? I mean, it was just September. We were just dove hunting, Jordan.
Well, and it goes so freaking fast whenever you, like, once you start actually focusing in and getting serious. I mean, like, it just, you look up and you're like, I only have a few more days left to catch this.
We were just planning strategy.
And I,
Preseason.
and I just use the catching.
It's become one of my favorite ways to describe how I deer hunt is catching deer, because you know, those are the greatest videos. That and the squirrel video.
Squirrel?
The squirrel video. The
squirrel?
squirrel. Have you seen that squirrel video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll put that in the show
That's
notes.
what happened today.
All day. I mean, you were there. You were like, "What is going on?" There's like a million deer around me.
Leaf
wait,
blower and everything.
it's just a bunch of little birds.
Yeah, and the birds, that was the first time I've experienced birds that made that noise. Because I was looking for, in the back of my mind, I was hoping, I had the hope that it was a deer just kind of nonchalantly walking through, shuffling through the leaves.
And you can't not look.
And so I'm sitting there, I got the binoculars out and I was scanning all through there, like, man, and
I'm gonna catch a flicker of an ear.
well,
I know it.
Yeah, and I was looking for
tail
like
wag.
an armadillo or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I was like, that's what it's gonna be. But I was still trying to find that ear flick and the
If
hope.
you think hard enough, you can turn one of those little birds into a deer. I'm pretty sure, but
You don't really have to think that hard.
And
it's unbelievably loud, right?
well, and
For birds.
they started doing it right at the base of the tree I was setting up in, and that's how I figured it out. And I
Yeah.
was watching them. I was like, you little son of bitches, like they were like, I guess flipping the leaves over to find food underneath them. And I mean, it was making it just perfectly. Like, I mean, it sounded like something walking through, and there was always like 3 or 4 of them in a group.
Yep.
And so it sounded like 4 little feet walking through the.
And like right there in that little brush pile right in front of you, that's where they would like fly in there. So you would hear like you'd hear like almost like sticks break, but not sticks break,
Yeah.
but like them rustling through the
But
brush.
you couldn't
as well.
see in there,
Yeah.
so your mind's just playing tricks
Oh
on you.
yeah,
They're just like I've never like. I
But
said,
they
that's
they
the first
sound
place I've ever
like
heard that.
deliberate footsteps.
They do.
and
Because
And
there's
it goes
like
back
8
to
of them in there.
Because they don't drag. It's just like, like they
Right.
just hop around. A squirrel is,
squirrel,
like,
you get the like. Yeah, you get that
armadillo
shuffle.
drags, possum will drag, something like that.
We had we were sitting there in that same stand setup you were set up in today, and all of a sudden Cameron's like, "Don't move." I'm like, "All right, it's on." He's like, "I heard something over there. There's something over there." And all of a sudden we just saw 3 squirrels just tear ass through the trees, come running down like they all like one of them, they would like run, one would run down and be like 5 feet above us, and we're looking up at it like, just dare you to come down here. I will break your neck with my hands.
I'm
They
gonna
make
get
you
a
feel
judo
real
tip.
dumb.
I'm going to field dress you alive. There's nothing more disappointing than that feeling, though. And especially now that all the leaves are down and everything's dead. It just is. The woods are alive if you're in them.
They're loud.
It was so loud today. that place where we sat, we were like between ducks, small birds, and squirrels.
Yep.
It sounded like we were hunting a high fence place with a million deer around us. But there was not one. So
That's how it goes.
it is how it goes. It's the way it's been going, and that's public land, and it's about the chase, not the kill, for sure.
It's mentally draining.
I think it is tough to keep yourself like focused and quiet and not not just get discouraged and screw it, man. Let's go get dinner. So
It's 7:00. The sun just come up. I'm
Yeah.
done.
I'm done. Yeah, exactly. But it is a lot of fun, especially now we've kind of gotten some. I feel like we're in some good spots, through our just kind of constant scouting throughout the year and then throughout deer season as well.
Yeah.
To kind of make adjustments on the fly and put ourselves into a better position every single time we've sat out to be able to see deer. We're constantly seeing that little fork antler buck.
Yep. He's there.
Whole limpy.
Oh,
Yep.
Limpy. He was fine when we first saw him. We
Saw
shot
him that first time.
yeah, that video that came out. What was that? First encounter or close encounter? I don't know what the name of it was, but he was fine, and then all of a sudden he is like, can't put any pressure on that right
He's
leg.
hurt. I think he's hurt a little worse than we think. I mean,
No doubt.
he's not putting any pressure on that leg at all.
I mean, but here's the thing: we both looked at that deer for a while now, and just can't find a mark.
I mean, I can't see anywhere somebody may have shot him.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like barely a year old.
and yeah,
He's not going to be getting any too hardcore fights.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, what did he do to himself? And that's the second deer out there I've seen limping. What's going on? Are they being chased by coyotes, I wonder? Or?
You'd probably see a mark.
Yeah.
If he was hurt that bad by a coyote, I mean, something would be noticeable.
We cannot figure out the strangeness of a front leg on a deer, knowing the anatomy of a deer, of how it got hurt. It's got to be all muscle, right?
There's no joint.
Got to be some sort of muscular thing.
I mean, I guess it could be
affecting
lower
him.
leg.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's true, too.
I mean, it could be something wrong with his foot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for all we know.
He got one of them big old thorns in it.
Maybe. I don't know.
He's got a flat tire. That's all it is.
But that one deer you saw was limping.
Yeah.
And that deer has definitely been around long enough.
Yeah, he was a big boy. We got a very foggy, kind of dusty, maybe is the best word to describe, picture, morning light of him coming through over to the right of that setup from where we were at, and then we also have I can't tell if he's just a freaking weird racked deer or if he broke off.
That one's got the
Spike kind of looking one, but he's got like
but he's got one good side.
like he's a 10-point, I guess, but he should be a 10-point, but he's like a 7-point.
Yeah.
That
one side looked good though. I feel like he
Yeah.
broke it.
I'm hoping that's what it is.
But it's hard to tell in the picture. But if that side is grown out, I mean, he's not going to like break it in velvet and then it fully regrow. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. What does happen if a deer breaks his antler in the woods? Do you hear? No, I'm just kidding.
I knew that was coming. I was like, maybe if I don't look at him.
Yeah.
And I looked away,
Yeah.
and you did it anyways. But go ahead,
He did it. Anyway.
continue.
So like if a deer breaks it, if he breaks it hard antler, he breaks it in a fight. I mean, does it grows back when he goes into velvet next year and regenerates?
Yeah, I mean it'll do whatever his nutrition and protein.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that's all the same though. So it just there's no
genetics tell it to.
like long-term effects of being broken.
Shouldn't be. But
the, like, the
okay,
base gets
so
messed up or something, I'm sure.
but there are, and I don't know a lot about this, but some people say that if a deer gets injured, okay, let's say before they start growing their antlers back, okay, if it gets injured on one side of its body, it will affect its antler growth on one side of its body,
Like the opposing side.
yeah, like the opposing side or something like that. And I've heard stuff about that here and there, and haven't like looked up much about it. But I mean, you know, that could play into it.
True. Well, we'll see, because we're definitely gonna run cameras, and I feel like we've got a good.
We're gonna do a better
starting
job.
base. There's always a better way to do things, and I mean, this is one of the things we wanted to talk about today, which is just, you know, in passing no judgment. Let me preface what we're about to dive into with.
Maybe not initially.
Well, but I don't want to pass judgment on people and their styles and what they do. But I just like seeing some people in the way they try to approach public land hunting in Texas. I would love somebody to present me the argument that makes sense that you can spot and stalk white-tailed deer in East Texas. On public land, maybe on private land, on a big field, you could do some crazy stuff and get close on them or something. But I'm talking about public land around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area, where it's bow only. You are going to spot and stalk deer. I see all these people just moving through the woods constantly. Like, what are you doing? Like I said, no judgment.
Scaring everything to us.
True. But I cannot wrap and I've thought about this as far as like why you would think that you could spot and stalk deer in a forest with all of the leaves gone.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No. I don't think so either.
That's not, I mean, maybe there's somebody out there that's got it down, but
I'd love to hear if somebody has a valid, like, here's why I'm doing this, and here's my thinking, and steps 1 through 10.
Right.
I'm all ears, but I've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. We just keep running into people down there, and they're just walking around. And you're like,
looking for stuff.
And they're telling me.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm looking for deer.
Just walking around looking for deer.
Okay. Well,
you think you're going to shoot a deer with a bow.
They know you way better than you know them.
Yeah. I mean, earlier in the season, I could maybe see something like that. But, like, being out there, there wasn't a spot on the ground that didn't have leaves.
I mean
if the leaves were wet.
What you saw.
I mean, if it's raining and it's wet.
But right now, it's like, I mean.
I know.
No. Like, the best way to describe it is potato chip forest.
Absolutely.
And it's literally like walking on potato chips. Everything, like, every step, no matter how soft or good you think you are, it's just crunch, crunch, crunch. And then there's thorns and you can't go certain places, so.
Greenbrier, that'll reach up and
on that particular
trip
piece of property you were on today, basically the whole thing, outside of one little area that they burned, is that is just like that. Just rinse and repeat that whole little scenario over and over and over again. How do you? I mean, I just cannot imagine you're not ever going to shoot a deer.
Nope.
I don't get it.
Those are going to be the people that actually get that big buck.
That's exactly what's
happening. We're still going to be scratched. How did he do that?
Cameron and I were sitting in the stand going, like, how, like, do you think, would we just be mad on the way, like, if we got a text from Jordan that says, hey, I just shot this big 10-point.
Yeah,
like, would we be mad?
I'd keep walking down the trail.
Good luck getting out of here.
Actually, I was sitting there whenever all those birds were doing their thing and I didn't know what it was. Like, the thought came into my mind of actually feeling like a sumbitch. Yeah. Like, sitting there like I was like, man, if I shoot this big buck, like if it actually comes out and I shoot it and Abe gave up this spot so I could set up there because
It would be like if you didn't shoot it though, that may have been
that
the
would have
only
been-
time that deer presented a shot.
Yeah.
Exactly. And all these thoughts went through my head.
Yeah.
So you had to shoot
I was
had to
sitting
do
there.
it.
I was sitting there with the argument in my head, going like, well, like, do I shoot it? Because he might have a chance to go sit back there and it comes back if I'm completely quiet.
But that could be the only time that deer moves in daylight.
Yeah, and I don't know that. But I mean,
you would have. The right answer is shoot the deer.
It's just funny that you had that, like the other side of that scenario.
Yeah. What am I gonna do? Because
Yeah,
there's
like-
no doubt we're gonna put him in this spot, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I shot this 10-point.
Yeah.
Because
Got a pretty nice deer.
Got a pretty nice deer."
Yeah, it was. What y'all guys see?
Yeah, what'd you guys see?
Squirrels.
Exactly. Lots of squirrels. One that just was crazy. He was nuts. Just all over the place. I've never seen a squirrel like take off on the ground like that far. Like I've seen him take off and get into a tree.
It's one of them East Texas crack squirrels.
Oh my God.
Man.
They got into that meth farm out there.
Right across the river.
Running across the river, yeah. And
that in Duck Cove?
Yeah, Duck Cove is meth headville from what I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you call the game warden to
Yes.
introduce yourself, so I always, like, anytime I'm going to a piece of public land, I like to try to call a game warden, I like to try to call the biologist and just be like, hey.
Hi.
My name's Abe.
Hey.
How you doing? Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Maybe don't use that.
Mr. Miller, how you doing? And just kind of introduce myself, talk to him, make sure, So if he is ever out there and he's like, oh, you're that weird kid that called me. Yeah, I got you. Cool. He was like, I
Did you eat paint chips when you were a
yeah,
kid?
did you eat paint chips? How many did you eat? We were laughing about Billy Madison and the that is the worst answer I've ever heard. No part of your incoherent rambling was in any way close to being correct. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. We were laughing about that at work the other day. But he was telling me, he was like, I wouldn't even go there. Don't even go there. Probably because the biggest deer in all of East Texas is in there.
Where's this, in that Duck Cove unit?
Yeah, Duck Cove. That's like I have to weigh the, don't go there with, don't go there. There's no deer there. It's like the duck thing, right? Oh, there's no ducks there.
There's deer there.
Oh, I'm sure there are deer there.
We did walk in, hang up one year, and
it's
got
impossible
a shot.
to get into that place on a kayak. Let me tell you that.
Nah, we did it.
I tried it this summer and there was just like I was like, nope.
Was it grown up too much?
Oh my God, it was just so grown up.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, I was in there 3 years ago. Whenever we got up in there,
It was pretty grown up, and I don't know if the lake was up and that's caused to whatnot, but
the lake's healthy. Lots of nutrition in it.
mm-hmm.
Everything's starting to normalize.
Yeah.
Water's good quality, so everything's growing.
I'm excited we need to go hunt ducks on Tawak, see what we can see out there. Every morning I sit out there, I don't hear a lot of gunshots. So that tells me either there's not a lot of people out there.
How many woodies did we see this evening?
We saw a little group of 3 fly over. Yeah. Walking into it like a spider web.
What is?
And then it bit me.
If I was sitting in the stand, y'all guys were sitting in, I would have a hard time listening to some wood ducks play around in some water behind y'all and not go over there and shoot a wood duck.
We were like, what is splashing over there? I was like, there's something just in the water.
And then we heard it land.
Yeah. I was like, I think this is ducks.
And then they started squawking. Once the sun started going down, they moved. I bet we saw 20.
Yeah, they just were all there. I mean, every single time we're back down there, we see a bunch.
Yeah, and that's the way it goes. Like when,
we're up on a river though, so and they're prime habitat for them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there was so much spots back there.
Yeah.
Like
like back channels of the river too.
Yeah,
not
that-
like
Wood
little,
ducks love that,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
thick timber, being up in a thick timber wood, like
Yeah.
marsh.
This is prime, and it sucks you can't hunt that, but
You can't
You
hunt that
can.
far up.
I don't think you can hunt the river.
Yeah, you can.
You can hunt any. It says on.
Yes.
Do you not read the when
All
you
right,
go to
school me
public?
on this.
All right.
that is
Let-
questionable
let-
whether or not we read that or not.
Yeah.
Let's go through this real fast because this needs to be said to other people out there that might not know about public land. Most public land parking spots have a huge map that is stapled up to
Yeah.
a piece of wood, and it will tell you what you're allowed to hunt. And that one, actually, I went up and read it, because I was having to wait on some people. And
Who are you waiting on?
two knuckleheads.
Yeah,
So
we were both late this time.
We were.
I was sitting there reading it, and it said, and I can't. I'm not gonna get the words exactly right, but it was any body of water, including the river, up to like 100 feet from that body of water, you're allowed to hunt.
Well, we're gonna go bust a
Waterfowl.
shit ton of wood ducks.
hang on. What? Up to 100 feet within.
Where's your public land book?
Hold on.
Because it has that map on it.
I'm pretty sure you can hunt up in the river.
Oh, wait,
Like
I know.
that,
You,
like that far up.
well, I know you can because it's. I mean,
I think
it said,
you can hunt all,
I'm
like-
I'm just trying to get the exact wording.
Right.
But it basically said like the river's fair game.
It's got limitations on like inhabitable, objects or whatever.
And really, one of these days, I need to remember to actually look it up because I think we've talked about this in the podcast before.
Yeah.
Where we talked about in Texas, most waterways are huntable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like any river counts as public land.
Absolutely.
Counts as, and I know there's some places in the states in general where even like railroad tracks count as huntable land. So you can like small game hunt and
Yep.
stuff off railroad tracks.
Yep.
Because the federal government bought those track
Yep.
where they laid them.
Mm-hmm.
And so many feet around them is what the public owns.
Yep.
So it counts.
Yep.
So that's a hint for people to, you have to check your own laws. Don't quote me on that one. From, I don't know if Texas actually does that
Would
or
you
not.
hurry up?
Dude, this is a big book. There's a lot of public land in Texas.
Hey.
See, I knew. First of all, just a matter of contention for everybody that no one knows about this. There is zero. No, never mind.
Yeah. Don't go there.
Did I read that
Just-
correct too? Are you talking
Yeah.
about rabbits?
Squirrels.
Wabbits?
Don't just. Let me read it.
I don't see where it says anything about. Hunting is waterfowl hunting only. Hunting is restricted to the surface of Lake Tawakoni and within 100 feet of the existing water's edge. Waterfowl are the only legal species that may be hunted. Waterfowl hunting is prohibited within 300 yards of inhabitable structure and within 100 yards of park boundaries, the dam, spillway, and SRA office. So, what does that mean?
Within 100
Because those houses are right there, so.
of existing water's edge. Okay, so that means if the lake's low, like where the water would be.
Yeah.
Right?
High water mark, right?
But it says existing water's edge, which is
Hmm.
current.
We may need a.
I don't know what that means.
I know a biologist that we can call.
I bet, yeah, I'm sure. Because I want to talk to him about somebody who has a feeder on Sabine River Authority property.
Okay, our
'Cause we're set up near
squirrel.
one, and it's not ours.
If it's not ours, but we use it,
I mean,
like
I'm not.
if someone else
What?
puts
Wait, say I was reading.
I said we want to talk to him about a feeder that's on Sabine River Authority property that's not ours, but we're near it.
like does that count as baiting if I use someone else's bait?
Yeah, I mean,
if someone I don't know
I
at
didn't
all,
do it.
Like
I'm not sitting over
I didn't
the
put
feeder.
that there.
I'm just on the trail that leads to the feeder.
Sir, what are you doing hunting over bait? I didn't put that there.
I didn't put that there. That was
I was
when
walking through the woods and I saw this corn just laying in a pile right here.
Oh, it was just right there,
You joke.
dude.
Well, I know.
We've seen like people who have buckets. Like there's a guy who has
There's
a bucket.
a bucket wedged in a
And the
tree
fork of
that
a
has
tree.
corn in it.
Like, what are you doing?
That was close to a 6-footer.
Oh my gosh! Back to
I was wondering how long it would take one
Back
of
to-
y'all.
That is.
I thought you were going
That
there.
is a lead in right there.
back to things that people do. So, moving from people who walk around in the woods.
Hang on, before you say this, respectively. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. All due respect, but if you are.
That doesn't mean you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. It's I have the microphone. I can say whatever I want. It's great. If you think that somehow you're going to kill a deer and you are the height of a human being off the ground you are
And waving at everybody that
wrong.
walks by.
he was
He waved it
dude, he was
like
feet
And-
off the trail.
And he shined his light at Abe that morning
I walked in
as
'cause
if Abe was like, somehow doing something wrong by walking
I don't
down
even- I don't
the
even know-
trail that everybody walks down.
I don't even know if he thought I was doing something wrong. I'll tell you what happened is as I'm walking through there, I know I'm like getting to. I know we're on the way to my place, so our spot. So it's like, let me do all the loud stuff that I got to do, like the snot rocket or the loogie right here, so that I don't have to do them close to there.
So you were by his stand,
So
like
I'm just walking, right? And then I'm like, and all of a sudden this light comes on, and just like 6 feet into the, like, not into the woods. He was like 10 feet into the woods, but he was like 6 feet off the ground. So I get to the stand, and
yeah.
Cameron's like, I get to the stand in the morning, and I'm like, oh yeah, I had a guy shine a light on me. He was like, oh yeah? Was he in a stand or on the ground? I'm like, I'm not sure.
And I'm
We
like,
just-
you're not sure.
How do you
Really?
not know
How do you
Like
not
someone's-
know a light shining
You're
at you
20
in
feet in the
darkness?
air or you're on the ground.
So he never said anything. We move on about our business. We get down and we walk out, and there is the aforementioned 6-footer, 6 feet in a tree, just waving at us.
in a climber.
And
In
now
a climber.
it
In a tree
makes
that he could have
sense.
gone up higher. Yeah, so we get a little farther, and Cameron turns to me. He goes, now I understand why you didn't know if he was on the ground or not. Get it? Like, Cameron could have
I'm on track
standing
now.
jumped into the stand from the ground. I'm not sure, like, was he mid... I would like to think maybe he
I
was
want
in
to
mid
challenge
coming down.
your thinking of. I think we should put a stand 6 feet off the ground and see if Cameron can jump into his.
What are we betting?
I don't know.
I'll take that.
Well, you're not a part of this between me and Abe. You're just the monkey that.
I just have to do it.
Dance!
Nothing in it for me.
You shut up and
You get
shut
to-
up and dance.
You get to jump 6 feet into a stand. Yeah.
Sir, there's no guns on public land.
That's not true. We saw a guy with a gun today.
No.
But you can shoot
He had
a fur
he had
bear.
a shotgun and a 45 on his hip
With dogs.
with 3
With
beagles.
dogs.
Beagles.
I'm
There's a
really glad he didn't come over and talk to me.
Dude,
I
He's super cool, guys.
No.
I saw that guy coming in, and I looked over, and I was like, you better fucking stay over there, Cameron. You're going to lose your mind if you see this guy. Oh.
How much time have we spent out there?
Every single weekend for at least a month now.
How many squirrel hunters have we seen?
0.
So you mean it's like not somewhere that he's hunted for the last 20 years and that's just what he does? He just like shows up with 4 dogs in the middle of deer season and thinks everybody's going to be fine with it.
I don't think, like, to me, the problem is I don't care about squirrel hunters. Take the little woody bastards out. But why do you have, like, dogs? That can't be legal.
What do you mean?
To hunt a public land, right?
You can hunt with dogs.
On public land?
Of course
Yeah.
you can.
That needs to change.
Don't listen to me, though.
That needs to change.
Whoa. You back up right there, son.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with it, but, like, maybe
Like
we can...
during deer season, though? I mean,
during deer season.
most people.
Can you hunt squirrels in March? Like a normal human being?
You could hunt squirrels anywhere.
Why is there a closed season on them?
Or any
They don't seem to be hurting population
where you
wise.
can't deer hunt, you can squirrel hunt. So why are you? I mean,
They're like those birds. What are those, gadwalls? No, not gadwalls. What are the cormorants?
Yeah, cormorants.
Cormorants. See, I don't know.
cormorants,
Cormorants.
Gadwall.
Gadwall is a type
water
of duck.
turkeys.
Yeah.
Thanks to my Ducks Unlimited poster I have in my garage that I walk past every day, and I'm like, let's look at a new duck every day.
That's actually not a bad thing.
Day.
I was actually really impressed. I have that same poster from Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah.
And I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, I really want to find a place to hang this. And I was ready for her to be like, not in my house. And she was like, yeah, I need to find a poster, like, frame for that. I'm
And you said, "Woman, I do what I want."
yeah.
Says the single man.
You know, is that the fact that I'm afraid or don't want to say that kind of stuff to my wife? It's the fact that, like, I spent all weekend in the lake hunting ducks on Saturday.
True that.
Then I spent the rest of the day with you two ugly mugs. And
Did you hunt ducks this morning?
That's pretty bad.
yeah.
Dude, that's a long day, isn't it? Yeah,
That's
I've been
that's a
there.
long
I've
day.
been there. 4 a.m. Getting there at 4 a.m, right?
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
in your truck, driving all the way over there. Yeah, I feel you, man.
You know,
That's-
but
Yeah.
you know, she doesn't complain about that kind of stuff because you know what? I don't say things like I do what I want.
Yeah, exactly. I'm respectful and shit.
No, I believe a wise man once told me that one of the smartest things ever is in a relationship is you think, is it worth it to get a fight over something dumb?
No.
Because then it's going to be rougher on your life
Yeah.
later on when you
Twice
want to do
as hard.
things. Or you just not give in, but just doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like my wife wants to paint the living room a certain color. I'm like, okay, cool.
Dude, I'll
Whatever.
paint
If
it for you. Just
you-
pick the color.
If you want that color, I'm fine with that.
Done.
But after I'm done painting that, I'm gonna be a deer stand.
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
Yes.
And if they go, well, no, you gotta do something. Oh no, I'm not going to deer stand for 2 days. Then
Yeah. Okay.
pick now.
Now it's worth now it's worth
Now it's worth it.
Yeah. My only requirement on paint is that it's not pink. I feel like that's fair.
So when we moved into my house, the one I'm in now, that whole house was Pepto-Bismol pink. Like it looked like someone threw Pepto-Bismol on all the walls. My wife, pregnant, I had to go out of town for work or out of country for work.
Yeah.
I was in a whole nother country, and she painted that thing all by herself, pregnant, because she
Exactly.
could not stand. Like we, you know, like I think we're the only people that saw that house, and we're like, oh, it's just paint.
It's
But we had to paint-
amazing how people can't do that.
But
They
we
just
had-
can't look past that.
Yeah.
Well, but we had to paint the whole.
And they're
deck.
probably
I mean,
going to paint
whole
it
deck.
anyways.
Exactly. The whole off everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's funny because like she talked to the people that owned it before us because they just happened to,
Sure.
you know, they had a couple little things in the house still, and she was talking to them, and the lady was like, "Well, yeah, I painted a neutral color." When in the hell has
Neutral.
pink been a neutral color?
She's probably going back, laughing, saying, "I told her I painted it neutral, and she believed me."
I think she was senile.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah, that's you gotta be respectful in your relationship. It's a hard time of the year to be in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because at least for a hunter is because I'm gone all the time. I put miles on my truck and I'm gone. Thankfully for public land though, I can be back and home at night. So, you know, there's benefits.
Yep.
Which leads me to my third thing that people do wrong on public land. Throw their trash out.
Oh, how many foot warmers?
I cannot, we blame this on 6-footer, but I'm sure it wasn't him. We passed 8 hot hand packets. Fresh. I'm not talking about some
They were steaming.
they were that day. They weren't, we are there enough. I know that trail if something changes, I know about it. Because I'm there every weekend. Those were not there on Saturday
you
morning.
have to go to some effort to be 200 yards from your truck
and just throw shit on the ground.
Dig them out
Like
of
a
your
trail.
pockets or dig them out of your boot or whatever and throw them on the ground.
I could get my head around. One was in your jacket pocket. You put your hand in there. You pulled your hand out. The thing fell on the ground. You didn't know. Totally okay with that. The fact that there was a hot hands trail 100 yards up and down the trail, 200 yards from the trail, from the parking lot, is just what are you doing?
Did y'all see this yesterday morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, was this in the morning? No, this
No,
was in the
we saw
afternoon
it.
hunt.
We hunted
sorry.
Saturday
So
morning.
the hot hands were not there in the morning.
I was
They were
going-
there on our way back.
I was going after if it was not what kind of guy in Texas uses hot hands on not a day
Thank
that wasn't Saturday morning. I can understand that
It was cold.
I know, but
Oh
it's
my
cold
God.
for just a couple hours. As soon as the sun gets up,
I'm not going down that path.
I'm fine with the use of hot hands. Let's be very clear here. You want to use hot hands? Use the toe warmers.
I
Use
wanted the
them,
toe warmers
love
as my
them. I
waders.
just don't throw them on the ground.
yes.
Saturday morning, my
Yes.
toes were cold
Oh
in my
God.
waders.
Yep.
I did the whole I dressed warm, but I was it's gonna get hot later on. It's not gonna stay cold. I was wrong.
Yeah, it was cold Saturday
You
morning.
regretted that one.
Yeah,
I layered up. I mean, I was the only thing. I was walking out to the stand this morning, and all I was I look like little Ralphie from the Christmas Story this morning, like a bundled up kid, just I couldn't move. And I sat in that little climber, and I felt like a little I was I can't turn
It's
around
kind of cozy.
because I've got 8 jackets on.
It's a good sleeper.
I could have gone, dude. I could have pulled that little face mask. I have a fleece face mask, little salt armor thing. I could pull that thing up over my head and just be like, "Wake me up if you see anything." That way, I'm still.
Still wouldn't have shot anything.
We saw that little spike
Yeah.
and a coyote.
2.
2 coyotes. Yeah, you saw that second one. That was a giant dog. I thought it was a husky. Its face was so big. And then watching it run across that field.
Yeah, once you got that side shot of him,
I was like, that's not a coyote. That's a
he was
wolf.
gorgeous.
He was a pretty coyote.
it's a koi wolf.
Yeah,
coy wolf.
might have pulled out the handgun on that one.
And I'd asked Cameron that day, on Saturday, should I bring my rifle? We were not public
Yeah,
land
we were
hunting.
talking about it.
To be very clear, we were not public hunting. We were just railing on people for using guns on public land. We were not public land hunting this morning. We were on private land this morning. We public land hunted on Sunday evening,
Yes.
which is today. So I asked him, I was like, do you think I should bring my rifle? 'Cause
No,
you have your
man.
bow.
No, I don't rifle hunt out there. I don't rifle hunt.
we'd have shot that coyote in the face.
Wish we would have had the rifle. Any rifle shot is worth taking a coyote out of the population.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fawn killers.
So, how many do you think they kill a year?
At least 4 or 5. I mean, that's
I think
generous, I would
one,
imagine.
One is too many.
Yeah,
One is too many. All lives matter, damn
I think it was like 4 or 5 a year.
I would have to think, I would think it's an easy estimate in a year, 365 days, a killing machine like a coyote to kill a fawn.
But you think the time frame they have to kill them that easily is not that long.
True. What are we talking, a month, 2 months? But even then, I would think that a full-grown coyote would be able to run down like a 4-month-old fawn.
Especially if it's as big as y'all are saying it is.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
He was well fed. It wasn't just because his coat looked good. I mean, it was a large dog. I would have loved to have stuck an arrow in him.
Yeah. It's got to be 4 or 5.
I mean, that's 8 right there. You take those 2 out, that's 8 that survive.
Runs into a number quick. Especially because we were talking about the fact that
I want to Google this.
We were both grew up.
We need a fact checker on this thing.
That's exactly what we need.
Just call me seeing.
Jesus, Austin, where are you at? Typically, isn't this Austin's job? I thought.
We're not going to go there.
Fake news.
Do you want to go there?
No, we're good.
No.
I can go there.
I'm sure you can.
I know.
I've seen a truck.
But
what are you trying to say?
He's just expressive.
I'm expressing myself.
So Cameron and I realized that we literally grew up from each other. We knew that we grew up close together, but then today, we had to make the loop and go to Canton.
We were like neighbors.
We were neighbors, basically.
Didn't even know it.
And so the fact that just a mere... Well, I'm 33, and when I grew up out in East Texas, in between Edgewood and Wills Point, there were no deer. None. And I was in the woods all the time. Pigs, yes. Coyotes, yes. Deer, no. Occasionally you would see, and not see, you would hear about someone seeing a deer. But there was never, you never, saw them. Ever.
There wasn't deer out there when my dad was a kid.
And now all of a
sudden... Not a huntable population.
Yeah. There's deer out there now.
A good population, and there's... 200-inch deer in certain pockets, it's not like, everybody flock to East Texas, go kill but there's certain pockets that people know about over there that there's 200-inch deer that live there.
That's amazing, to have deer that big. That's because if, a 200-inch deer, just thinking about it, if you've not seen one, that's like a small elk. Like a small elk rack. Like a giant elk rack's 330, right? If you shoot a 300-inch bull, you've shot a monster, right? I think
pushing 4. I don't want to talk about what I don't know at all.
I thought Remy Warren shot a giant elk and shot a 340 or 380.
That's a big difference.
That's 340 to 380. But to think that a deer, a white-tailed deer.
Think about a 140 versus a 180.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
Exactly. But a 200-inch white-tailed deer.
Yeah.
is giant.
Oh, it's just.
Yeah.
I have pictures.
It's a big deer.
Everybody has pictures.
Everybody can Google 200-inch deer. Do yourself a favor.
It's not off my game cam.
It'd be nice if it was.
Okay, this is on Field and Stream. Question and answers. Okay. The question is asked: how many? Let's see. In your opinions, on average, how many white-tailed deer does a single coyote kill in each year? One of the answers is, let's see. He says, in my area, I have a friend who's a biologist and a professor at the college. He estimates around 8 to 10 fawns are killed every year by just one coyote.
That seems way ridiculous.
Wow. I mean, you put that into perspective of how many deer. I mean, let's just, if it's 8 to 10, let's just back it down to 4 per coyote. That's still a number that is like, wow. Just think if you could limit the coyote population. So, I mean, there's
and I don't.
So then there's the opposing thought of like, how do you stabilize and how do you push coyotes off of your, like, out of your area? Like, if you kill them, the like, you've got
They
like
have more
Dan
pups.
Flores that like talks about how that like puts them into heat again, and like they check in with roll calls, and then you've got other people who are just like straight eradication. So, like, I think this is a question of like, how do you even nip this in the bud?
I tend to fall into the, if you pressure them, there's going to be less of them.
On your little, your little area.
That's not to say that if you start shooting them, they're not going to have more pups. But I mean, if I'm killing coyotes, I think they know when you kill one of their.
Yeah.
I've had a few things happen, and that's a whole other story. But I think they know when you kill one of their own, and I think it pushes them out.
Don't go over there.
Yeah, don't go over there.
Yeah.
Don't go under that fence. That
Cameron's
fence
a real dick.
that
He
guy-
shot Bob the other day.
Shot Bob.
Bob was just walking through.
Just minding his own business, looking for fun.
Looking for a fawn.
Cameron shot him in the face.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just. I think it's
Because I used to coyote hunt pretty hard out there, calling them and stuff, and there was a couple of years there where I didn't see a coyote at all. Period. Ever. And it would even take my like dead deer carcasses some time to get eaten. And
I think that is you got to that to me was the truest picture of like if there is
yeah.
You know,
I quit coyote hunting and coyote calling in particular, and I've seen more coyotes in the last 3 years, than I've seen in my whole life out there.
Yeah. Well, let's put a hurt into them.
So it's about time to start up again.
Before fawn season. My cousin sent me a message. It was like, get ready, because this year we've never coyote hunted down in South Texas.
Ooh.
Where our private land's at. And we've asked him about it because we hear him at night. Sounds like there's a couple different packs. And he's like, nah, it's not that bad. Don't worry about it. And then I got a message a couple days ago that was like, you get ready for January and February. We're going to murder coyotes.
Oh, there's nothing more fun than calling coyotes.
Dude, the one thing he says,
action.
like,
Yeah,
there's no problem with coyotes.
Hunting.
We've seen a coyote chase a full-grown fawn.
Did
the
y'all
length of a fence, like this like whole like fence line. Gavin, the first year I ever bow hunted, I had a crossbow because I'm a weirdo and I'm left-handed, but I'm right-eyed dominant. I'm right-handed, but I'm left-eyed dominant. So I got a crossbow.
Those beers are getting to him. You can tell.
I'm right-handed and I'm left-eyed dominant.
Wait a minute.
You shoot
That's
your
correct.
bow with your left
You
foot.
do that.
I shoot a bow with my left foot, like that chick who shoots bows with her feet. And she like doesn't have an arm or something. No, maybe she's got an arm. She just does some like circus shit or something. I don't know.
Did y'all see that video the other day that Jim Shockey posted? And it was a wolverine attacking a caribou.
Yes.
That was the coolest video I think I've seen.
Like I was like, what? Like at first I was like, what the fuck is that? And I stopped and I was like, it's a wolverine?
Yeah.
That thing's just swinging from that caribou's neck like a you
see it,
like
Jordan?
picked up
No, I
a
didn't see it.
chihuahua
Oh,
and
it's-
helicoptered the damn
Go
thing.
look it up or something.
This is fantastic. Just watching Abe describe it with his hands.
Yeah. I'm an expressive talker, man.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish I was
expressive
filming
than
this so I
me.
could put it on the Instagrams.
Doing the gramming. Yeah, so coyotes, man. F those kids. You know?
Agreed.
Will,
8 to 10. That's
and
fascinating.
Stormwater Creek is gone. Will's off again.
We can't blame this
How
one
many
on legal
times is
draft.
this?
Every time.
Every time?
60% of the time, it happens every time.
Yeah, it's... I mean, today's one of those... I mean, like I said, we talked about it before flipping on the... I guess flipping the record button. The grind of it. But, I mean, I hate saying that because there's no grind. It's not like I'm, like, working. But there is a long out...
It's beating.
I wake up...
Sometimes.
I relish the week to go to real work
Yes.
because I can sleep in. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every weekend. And if I'm going duck hunting, it's 2 o'clock in the morning so that I can get out there even earlier.
Oh, so speaking of that, we woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning this last Saturday.
Holy crap.
Because there's a spot we really wanted to go hunt. And the last time we were out there, we wanted to go hunt it. And there's these other dudes that were out there first.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to beat them.
So I told my buddy, I was like, dude, we're going to wake up.
Dude, you're not going to sleep for 5 days, man.
We're going to wake up super early, and we're going to get out there.
You got to be ready.
Yeah. You're not sleeping from Thursday on because we're going duck hunting this weekend.
And it was the guys I told you about.
Oh, yeah. It's the old Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah. No, it's not Cherokee.
No, it's just is it a Wrangler?
a four-door Wrangler.
That's right. It's a Wrangler.
And
it's not those nice
and
guys that we met the first
No,
weekend.
they were nice
Yeah.
because I literally had to walk up to them. We got there like right at 4, and it's like an hour and a half drive for us to get up there from my house.
It's an hour drive for everyone. How we live so far apart, and I guess it's just centrally located. I answered my own question. Never mind. Continue the story.
So we got up there, and I walked up to him. I was like, well, next time I'm come out here, I'm going to bring you boys a gold star because I really thought I was going to beat y'all because I want y'all's spot. And they were like, well, like
Better luck next time.
they were already in their waders. They had everything loaded up. They're about to leave their
And this
Jeep.
is at what time? 4?
We got there right at 4, so they had to get there at like 3:30. I would estimate. Because I mean, they were walking out.
They were
so, I mean,
ready to go. Yeah. It's early. Duck hunting is early. The only thing I like about that is the fact that I can drink coffee
and watch us.
You can
put
be
decoys out.
loud.
and watch YouTube put decoys out because
You're too short.
I hang deer stands. They put out duck decoys. This deer stand was much better than the first one, I'm sure. You were on an angle on the first one.
No, I was comfy as hell.
Yeah, this stand's. I like that. Like
pretty
that
good
tree.
The other one you.
I
did
got the
for
good
me
side.
was-
He's got the shit side. He's got a big old knot. He said in the back of it, like he's got to sit around. So, yeah, duck hunting, man. Yeah, that's a long day. I've done that a couple times, and that's tomorrow. Get some rest. Call in sick.
Most people rest on the weekends.
Yeah, not us. Not until January. Then it's postseason scouting. And then you roll into February, which will be scouting for turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe February is February. I feel like February should be the off month.
Kind of is.
March can, I guess, be turkey season scouting, because then April, right?
I was saying
May.
February hitting some pig spots. I know.
Still be nice and cool.
Yes, it would be nice and cool to waylay some pigs. We've got some
awesome.
giants coming in.
You gotta take your own advice. I mean, like, you can rest when you're dead, man.
That's true.
There's
That's
something
true.
to get done.
I might be
And
dead
during the summer.
I might be dead by January at this rate.
Mm.
And then the summer we'll start hitting some fish spots too.
Oh yeah,
And
I was scouting a pretty nice little fish spot this morning.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we found this like crystal clear lake,
Middle of nowhere.
middle of nowhere. Got some giants in it.
10s
Cameron-
and 12s.
Yeah. Cameron's caught a couple on his fly rod. I mean, it's haul out there, but I don't mind.
Long walk from the house.
Yeah. Cameron's got a nice little pond on his property that's,
We've done some work to
has
it.
no fish in it, so don't worry about it. But, yeah, I want to catch a bunch of crappie this year. I was unsuccessful with that.
Crappie are good eating.
I know. I want to make crappie cakes.
Nice.
I'll take you to Ray Hubbard. We'll
Oh,
go
man.
catch him.
That's going to be forever from here.
From here?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking we were at my house.
We're on Ray Hubbard. Yeah.
I'm about to move, too.
Dude, you're about to be close to Ray Hubbard.
So we'll be able to just hop over
and
there
then
and
there
go
will
catch
be
some crappie.
one left in West Texas. You're going to have to move over here, dude.
It ain't gonna happen.
I know. You work over there, and so does your wife, so I get it.
Yeah. Plus, I like West Texas. Close
West
to the
Texas.
I'm close to the hill country.
Yeah, I mean, are you? I can get down there pretty quick, too.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No.
Those are lies.
Just
Those are
no.
lies. It's a web of lies. That's hashtag fake news.
That's where I'll be next weekend. Next
CNN.
weekend I'll be in the hill country.
we're all.
Where life is good.
I know. We're going to South Texas, too.
I don't want to talk about it.
Dude, you're going to be chasing that giant buck that we're going to get on camera.
I haven't been to
You're
at
gonna
least
get on camera.
once this year. This
went
this
once.
season.
You went. Oh, I was gonna say you went one time,
Twice. I went
Yeah.
twice.
twice.
I haven't been during hunting season. I want to kill Audad with the bow bad.
I had a buddy at work who, Gavin, has a guy who is trying to get rid of a bunch of audad on his property.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Where at?
I want to say South Texas somewhere. I don't remember, but
I mean, a good Audad hunt can run you a couple grand.
well, I mean, this guy shot a buddy of mine. So Gavin told us about this audad hunt. This guy was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of audad. I've got way too many of them. You're not going to shoot a giant trophy, but you can shoot an audad if you want. $300."
Oh, that's a deal.
So I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to spend $300 on an audad hunt, this year, or probably next year, probably the year after that. But I'll keep my ear out for anybody." So this guy at work was like, he's a hunter, and so we were chatting, and he's like, "Man, I just want to kill an audad." I'm like, "You do?" I know a guy who knows a guy who can get you on audad for like $300. He's like, "Hook me up with get me this guy's number." So I get him his number. Guy comes into work. He's like, "Dude, I'm going audad hunting over Thanksgiving." Goes and shoots audad, sends me a picture. Shot a pretty nice little audad. I mean, no,
Awesome.
like he, wasn't like a freaking world, beater or
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
but still pretty nice.
Supposed to be going on a audad hunt in February with my best friend from high school. Forget exactly where it is, but it's like $300-400.
It's not bad.
Shoot aoudad, pigs, no deer, obviously, but as many aoudad and pigs as you want.
Little African goat that made its way to Texas.
Then, I mean, we've got some, trophies out at the lease.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like curling around, hitting them in the side.
Yeah. So, I am going to not the hill country, but the Panhandle for Christmas. And I'm wondering, and this is a question for Jordan, how do I make cheap, inexpensive crane decoys?
Like Sandy's?
Yeah. No, can I goose that thing up and just get gray colored sheets?
I've heard of people using like trash bags and stuff like that for like the snow geese and stuff like that. But for Sandy's, I have never hunted sandhill crane. And I've always wanted to.
I'm going to try to in a couple weeks.
Well,
there's some public land up there.
You see this look I'm giving you right now? Like, all I'm processing
why hasn't this been discussed?
Why hasn't this been discussed? Because, I mean, I'm going to the hill country, and I'm super happy about that, and I get to see my family. But I'm willing to ditch them for sandhill crane.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, I mean, we could go up there.
Anything about this.
You can. I think crane season's up until February. I think something like that.
I don't even know. I've never had an opportunity to hunt them. So.
There's public land outside of Lubbock that you can go and get on.
So you have to have special tags to hunt?
Yes.
No,
You have to have a special tag.
the waterfowl. What do you
Nope. There's a sandhill crane
endorsement
tag. It's free, but you have to go get it.
from where? Academy.
You have to go to Academy. Does not give it out, as far as I know.
Bass Pro probably does.
I think you actually have to go into an office for it.
Oh,
TPW office.
Mm-hmm.
There's one just right here in Garland.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
No big deal.
I asked for it, and they told me they couldn't hand it out at Academy.
So you get a free stamp.
Here's the problem with like Academy and Walmart and stuff like that. Like, and apparently Cabela's is not that great either. Because I've had people tell me that they where they go public land hunting, and they told Cabela's, I need everything to go public land hunting, and they got out there, and I looked at their tag was like, dude, you're not public land hunting right now because you don't have a public land stamp.
This is a fishing license.
I mean, but you go to
I mean, it's like
you go to TPW's like state park.
Office, you tell them I need everything.
Yeah.
For public land hunting, they're going to give you everything.
Yeah.
Oh, at a Tux Parks and Wildlife office?
Well,
yeah, we're talking about a retail location.
You can even buy hunting license from like state park offices. Like,
I would trust them more than I trust the 16-year-old kid who's like, man,
I normally get mine.
What do you want?
At a state park.
Break. Yeah.
And this last year, I had to go to Academy to get mine. And
like a hawk.
I literally went with 2 other people at my work and helped them get everything. And I was arguing with people about what I needed to get. Then I had to go back.
Do what? Oh, that's the worst.
And get a replacement license.
That's the worst.
Because, right. And we did it like during our lunchtime at work. So I ran over there. We did it. And by the time we got everything said and done, I just looked at my license like, all right, cool. Let's go. We ran back to work. And then I started looking at it, and they forgot my HIP certification. Yeah,
dude, I've actively gotten to where I haven't had it happen yet. I've just heard it's just terrible, right? So I'm just like, but I feel like it's one of those things. Like I am that guy. Like I don't like treating people in a retail, in a restaurant industry, well, like anybody, but especially in those settings. Like I don't like to be rude to them at all. I've been in their shoes. It's terrible to deal with a jerk. I'm not a jerk, but I'm like, this is what you're going to give me. And if they look at me like, yeah, okay, I'll give you all of that. That's what you want. You're doing this, and this, right? And I'm like, you clearly know what you're talking about if you know what they mean. I've had some that have been like, you get the annual hunting permit is included. No.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
no. If it's included, I'd like you to give me the $48 out of your pocket, and I will give it to the state of Texas as an extra incentive. But it's not included.
Yeah.
No, a duck stamp is not included either. No, yes, I need the archery stamp.
No, you don't need that.
Ugh.
See, I always do a super combo because the archery stamp's in the super combo, but your annual public's not, and of course the
dogs
federal duck stamp is not included in any state hunting license.
Dogs are loose.
But
Yeah, this is what happens. We have a house full of dogs, and recording a podcast is sometimes challenging with dogs. They like to be close to you. So, yes. So watch people when you go get your license.
Know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But you're good. You should, at this point in the year, if you don't already have a hunting license, welcome to the party.
so, anyways, you do need a sandhill crane. It's free. That's what I think is so funny about it. It's free,
Why don't they include it then?
but you have to have.
Probably because they have some kind of documentation for them.
Yeah.
They want you to check in and everything. Yeah.
They keep it close watch on those guys.
It's like lakes that you have to go get your permit for. I hate it.
Texoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No,
Texoma.
Texoma doesn't, but Levon does.
No, you do for Texoma.
You do for Texoma now?
There is, it's core land. It's not, I guess that'd be federal. So.
I wonder if you can hunt on the Oklahoma side for free because it's Oklahoma.
No.
I'm just kidding. No,
But
no,
we
no
know
one do that.
somebody
That-
who hunts in Oklahoma,
that would-
and
that-
I'm
that-
super excited about trying that out next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say this a minute ago. We were talking about deer season ended in a couple weeks. I've got a buddy in Arkansas, and I think they go to February. And there's some really good public land just on the other side of Texarkana that I may throw up a stand.
Dude,
It's an extra month.
I'm in.
Yes.
Cameron's microphone was off, so repeat all of that. This will be good.
Let's see if we can get it.
How
Yeah.
long was it off?
The whole podcast.
I'm gonna go ahead and
No, I
guess.
checked it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess when Maddie came in, which is a dog.
Oh man.
So Arkansas.
We'll start with Arkansas.
I think Arkansas is all we missed here.
I've got a buddy in Arkansas, and we were talking a minute ago about deer season ending in a couple weeks here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think their season goes until February, so that's basically a whole extra month. And
Sign me up.
There's some really good public land.
I've been wanting to try to kill a deer out of state.
We got that figured out for next year,
Yeah, we do. Multiple places.
and probably a big deer.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Land between the lakes.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And there's some other public land
Yeah.
that's hopefully a little less
I've heard
frequented.
Kentucky and Kansas are the ones I've always.
So I went to
Heard.
school with a guy who just moved to this part of Kentucky. He's got some private land across the road from his house that he's about to start leasing. He counted 40 deer, 40 in the field at one time, and he said 4 of them was over 150 inches.
Check, please. I'm going.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious. You got me intrigued.
$300.
My ears are an alert.
$300. You can buy a year-round hunting license. We basically have a guide. I mean, he's like bonkers about bow hunting. and
they're
dogs.
back.
I mean, he will have them figured out. He will know where they're. I mean, what makes them tick, the whole 9 yards.
Hey, Maddie.
Push her down. Just make her get down.
Your dog is awesome.
Yeah.
She can sit in my lap if she wants.
Hey, if you want her, keep her.
Um,
Not for good.
Not for real. The tails are legitimate. Come on, guys. Yeah, it's a dog party now. Come on up, cowboy. Yep. Say hello.
If you could only see what's going on right now.
It's a mess in here. But
4 dogs.
4 dogs. And not 4 chihuahuas either.
no, not at all.
4 giant dogs.
She'll be your best friend.
Maddie
can
will be
see
your
that.
best friend.
Yeah.
So, you know who we haven't talked about today is Lami.
Is what?
Llama,
Llama and Stormy Face?
Stormy Face and Llama. Llama and Llama Face. Stormy and Llama Face.
Stormy and Llama Face.
Which
get
are
you get my
llamas.
llama's names right.
Which, once again, we've yet to hear the feedback from our fans about getting us llamas.
Oh, you want to say
It's
something?
happening.
You have to have fans first.
I think we have 2.
Thanks,
Maybe
Mom.
3. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I think we've driven this one to the ground. We've hunted hard this weekend. You hunted ducks on Saturday morning too?
Yep.
It's full-time work here. We're laying it all on the line for you guys out there. And we
gotta feed my family
appreciate
somehow.
Exactly. We appreciate you listening to us. We'd even appreciate you doing 2 things for us. One, going out to iTunes and leaving a review and a rating. Preferably 5 stars, but sometimes we know a 3 will do. So, up to you. The other thing is check out our new website, stormwatercreek.com. It's up. You can buy stuff on it. You can check out blogs on it. We have blogs from all kinds of people. Not just us, not just the same dudes you listen to every week. There's other very interesting people that write stuff that matters on there. So check those out. Jordan, pop quiz, dude. How do you get to our website?
You get on that dadgum internet and you type in stormwatercreek.com. Man, it takes you right there.
Did you get that, Cameron?
We talked about this. I can't add.
I'm not asking to add. I'm asking.
And I can't read.
I know. I pulled a book out on the deer stand the other day. Cameron's like, "You reading in the stand?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I should start doing that." I was like, "What, reading?"
Then I looked at it and I said, "What did I say?"
I handed a book. I'm like, "It's a really good book." I'm reading a Sand County Almanac by Aldo Leopold. And
That is a fantastic book.
I handed it to Cameron, and he handed it back and goes, "There's no pictures."
No, that is a hard book to stay interested in reading.
I'm
but
just through the foreword, and I'm
Why
already
does that
like,
make it good?
But
'Cause
what you
it's-
take away from it,
yeah,
I mean, that dude, he's considered one of the fathers of conservation.
yeah. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I mean,
That would make it good.
Yeah,
And he has a very poetic way of writing,
no doubt.
so it's a little drawn out for most, for me at least. I just really wanted to read this book.
I can agree wholeheartedly with you on that.
So I started reading this book, and I just forced myself to read it, and I'm super happy I did.
Yeah.
Because it's a great book. But, you're not going to read it and go, oh, man, I just can't put this book down.
Which I just had that book, which was the Ranella book, the Buffalo, American Buffalo.
Yeah,
That's one you need to read, Cam.
American Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That.
Oh my God. And it does have pictures, FYI.
Yeah, there were some pictures.
I was about to ask.
Am I
It's like,
spoiling your dog?
Does it she's jumping in your lap and not even acknowledging me?
She's just like, "You're dead to me, Dad.
Basically,
You see this? This is how I need it." Yeah, but if
When
you have
they
not
get this
already
old-
read the American Buffalo book, that is one oh my God, it's hard to put down.
I've been thinking about picking one up. I just
A book?
A book or
yes,
that book?
a book.
A book. It's great, man. I tell you, I read that American Buffalo book.
That means I have to sit still for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I
But
can't even
that's
hardly
how you-
watch a
See, but
movie.
here's-
But that's
This
what
is
you do
why-
in the deer stand.
Exactly.
You
That's
sit there,
valid.
you read a paragraph, and you give a nice, good scan.
Yep.
But see, you're going to sit super still, sitting there reading, so you're going to see more.
And I feel like the taking away of looking for things makes my hearing better. I feel
well,
like
it does. If you close your eyes in the stand,
Exactly.
everything sounds louder.
I'm focused on reading.
That's called sleeping. That's
Yeah.
Shh.
I
I'm
read
saying.
the,
Listen really carefully.
I read that Way West book on my on that draw hunt, and that was it's awesome to sit in a stand and read a book. I mean, like I said, nothing's gonna. I feel like nothing is gonna sneak past me unless I just read for an hour straight. You know, if I'm like you said, about a paragraph or two, look up, scan, go back to reading. I highly recommend it. And go get Ranella's book. It's awesome. You won't.
I need
you'll
to
just
find something to read.
I mean, this guy, he does such a good story about telling, weaving in the history of the American buffalo into his hunt, and then the fact that he doesn't die. We have dog porn going on here at the house.
It's been a while for her.
Yeah. Well, they're all fixed. There's nothing anybody can do. Yeah. So, Ranella's book and dog porn. How many times has that been mentioned in a sentence together? You're
How
welcome,
many times has
Steve.
dog porn been mentioned in a podcast?
I mean, I'm sure
I
there's.
haven't searched for that.
I haven't really gone out and Googled it.
I mean,
Where's our damn fact checker, man? This is why we need a fact checker.
Google
Yeah.
Google dog porn.
How many
podcast.
times
Company
Google
phone.
dog porn podcast? This thing's turning south again, quick. Oh well.
Very
Anywho.
quick.
Stormwatercreek.com. Go check us out. Go follow us, like us on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes. There's supposed to be in there. There'll be a something or other coming
There
out
is
soon.
a new program coming out. Cam, see, Isaac's excited. Isaac's excited about the upcoming full feature length film of Double Doe when Cam shot 2 does in one sit. And so that's coming out soon. It's going through final editing. We had some real tough producers on it.
You're welcome.
Yep.
So that'll be coming out soon. But we have tons of other videos. I mean, tons is relative. But, yeah, we have some other videos up on YouTube. The podcast is on YouTube now. So follow along. We appreciate it.
Thanks, y'all. Oh, y'all be good.
Yes, no doubt. Merry Christmas.